Hey guys, this is just a quick presentation of the all-new Converse Throwback All-Stars. I'm not a shoe guy, but I do really love Converse, and I was kind of overdue for a new pairs, and by convenience, these guys came out. And I'll get to that a little bit later, but I want to make this a quick video. As you can see, the box, nothing crazy, just a standard black box, Converse box. If you want to look at the information right there, go ahead. I did get these from Zoomies for about $92, taxes included. What you get inside, of course, would be the shoes, but you also get these thick laces. Now, apparently, this is like a '90s trend where you would put thick uh, shoelaces in your shoes. I'm a '96 kid, so I'm more a 2000s kid, but I don't recall this trend, honestly. But hey, I didn't care for these shoelaces, but overall, they're really good quality. Definitely better than those standard All Stars, but not trying to go into detail, but boom, you have the option of thicker shoelaces. Does come with two pairs of them, so you got the thick shoelaces and you got the normal ones, which are currently on the shoes. Each shoe did come with a tag. If you want to take a look at that right now, boom, there you go. Converse Chuck Taylor's All Stars Throwback. And there's a little nice motif that says class of 1990. Little information on the shoe. If you want to read that, there you go. That's the box. Like I said, about $92 with taxes. There are the shoes. And like I said, I'm not a shoe guy, so I'm not going to go know all the details about these shoes or the technical specifications or terms. So yeah, I think the first thing I'll acknowledge right away, you got the tilted Converse logo, which I don't know if there's a meaning behind that. And this is my best assumption from what I've seen online. I think for some reason in the '90s there was just a weird QC issue where some of the Converse logo would be all crooked. So maybe it's a throwback to that. And funny enough, if you look at the box, even the official promo art has it tilted. Uh, I kind of hated it, but from what I've been looking at, I think that's my theory, and I think that's nodding to that. So I kind of like it more. So that's the big noticeable visual difference. And another one you have a slight higher slope right here, because here you have more cushion. Very comparable to the Chuck 70s. So I have some pair of Chuck 70s. I might bring them out right now to compare. But let's go overall. Overall, you're not gonna be able to tell, but the quality is on this is way better than the regular Chuck All Stars. Here's a quick test. Yeah, this is noticeably more thicker than your regular All Stars, which I'll get into right now. But like I said, that's the one thing I'm not gonna be able to show you because you would have to hold it in your hands. But the quality is significantly higher. The canvas is more premium. There's definitely a thicker sole, as you can tell. And talking about the sole, you could, if I could reach in it, it's kind of wedged in there, which is kind of a good thing. The sole, insert sole does come out. Classic old school Converse logo. And the padding inside is very comparable to the Chuck 70s. It has that blue padding, which is going to be hard to see, but if you want to try, there you go. But the rest of the shoe, like I said, these shoelaces weren't installed. I installed them because they did come with two sets. I just prefer the thinner ones, but they are pretty damn good quality. Like I said, better than the regular All Stars. Sadly, no shoe loop right here where you could kind of how the shoe loop on the regular All Stars have like a little loop here so you can put them through and the tongue doesn't fall. These don't fall as much so far compared to the Chuck 70s because on my Chuck 70s they're always collapsing down. So that's something there. Like this side, really nothing. It's a pair of All Stars. But if you look at the bottom, no cloth material. The term's escaping me. You know how the regular All Star comes with the gray stuff that kind of makes it the import tax is cheaper. Apparently, it doesn't have it, which I really like because this is it has that grip unlike the regular All Stars, which just does not have grip because of that. So I really like that. And probably the biggest throwback for me, at least, is like the classic All Star logo license plate. It's like, dude, that's such a throwback. I just like that way better. It's like it's All Stars. It's not Converse All Stars. It's All Stars. Like that's such a throwback, and you do have the modern Converse logo at the bottom, which I do like. But in comparison to the All Stars, this is a little bit unfair. I do have the leather on All Stars right here. Um, and well, take that back. These are my all stars from high school. Now, granted, I got these in 2013, wore them for about 12 years until lately. I'm like, all right, got to get an upgrade, and I ended up getting these, which I don't regret. They're pretty damn good shoes. But the current all stars, and even back then, they have like that gray padding at the bottom that kind of weakens like the grip of the shoes. Of course, these have like nothing of fucking support. Like it's one cushion and that's it. But these are retired. I'm not wearing these anymore. But compared to the modern ones, like I said, support's not there. You know what to expect with All Stars. So it is what it is. If you want a comparison to the current All Stars, boom, there you go. Like I said, it's not white, but it is like between yellow and white, so I do like that. And like I said, the biggest difference is it's just a thickener cushion right here. So that I do like overall. But like I said, yeah, these are the Converse All Star Throwbacks. Not a lot of information online about them yet, but they're kind of creeping out at the moment. The moment I saw that they were in my city, I drove out and got them, and no regrets. I know there's a red one, which I could probably pass on because I already have the Chuck 70s. Speaking of the red Chuck 70s, you want to see a comparison? Boom, there you go. Like I said, it's kind of in a between of the All Stars and 70s, and I'm leaning towards these the most, just because they have like that clown shoe look, with the thicker soles, and like I said, I don't mind the blacked out Converse logos on the 70s if they're colorful. I don't like them on the black, because it's like, dude, if you're gonna have black Converse, you gotta have the red and blue on it. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. But overall, I'll put it like this: these are great shoes. I think these are going to be my go-to black Chucks. But I will say this: if you have to get a pair of Converse All Stars, I'd probably go with these first. I'd probably go with these first. I've never tried the Japan ones. I'd probably get those second, honestly. And if you have to get the ones made in America, I'd probably go with the leather ones. But I probably would just ignore the traditional All Stars because not that they're bad, they're pretty good, but it's just the construction's not there. Because it's like, dude, for 30 more bucks, I'd honestly just go with the Converse Throwback, if not Converse 70s, or if not the Converse made in Japan. So overall, if I had to give it a score, which I don't do, I think it's a pretty damn solid 9 out of 10 shoe. I mean, it's Converse All Stars. You can never go wrong with them. They're timeless. They're my favorite shoe of all time. And like I said, I'm not a reviewer, kind of a sloppy review slash presentation, but overall, I'd recommend it. So, if you guys have any more, comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Converse Throwback All Stars.